Hello everyone and welcome back to Dishonored. I replayed the first mission and got through it without killing anybody and was also never detected, which I was kind of surprised by. I also got all the special actions, discovered the Hermit's Room, opened Jelly's safe, and found the sunken treasure. I did only get 995 coins out of 10,000, 1,010, which is unfortunate, but you know, what can you do? C'est la vie. So we're going to head on into the next section of the game, do the briefing for the next mission, and then I'm going to call it just because I had to play this mission through 3 additional times to not kill anyone, even though I never fucking killed anyone. I don't understand why the game was detecting that I did when I clearly had not. So, yeah. The Hound Pits Pub. Hidden allies. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pits Pub, closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Alright. Mission clues updated. Samuel the boatman has smuggled you across the river from Coldridge Prison. He works for an underground movement opposed to the illegal reign of the Lord Regent and has brought you to meet the members of the organization.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress. I'm sure the Admiral is anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here. I wouldn't hang about if I were you. From what I understand, time's getting short.
Alright, thanks Samuel.
So it's starting at last. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like this night.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the story.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dressed parties. The reality is that you need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my will. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Let's go crash their party. Hello, boys.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Treavor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits Pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability to fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes. Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need.
Piero is an inventor who is available to craft and upgrade equipment. Piero spends most of his time in his workshop.
Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Okay, very well. Let's explore this area a little bit before we go meet
Good to have you with us.
Piero. Oh, what? That was weird. Don't know why that happened. Powdered crystal, apricot tartlet, hemlock essence, some jellied
Talk to Piero
eels.
yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
I will in time.
You don't know what it means to work with a man who stood at the Empress's right hand. We can't bring her back, but at least we have the man she trusted most. And maybe we can help you right some of the wrongs done to you. This bar is mine, but please, treat it as your home. Piero still wants a word with you. He's not a diplomat, but he's a brilliant man. Samuel is a blessing. Without him, we couldn't navigate the waters of the river at night. We keep our lights low to avoid prying eyes. What I wouldn't give to be back at sea.
Mm-hmm. Very well. Okay. Anything on these seats? No. Let's go to the street. Yes. Anything here? Where's this go? Oh, we got a basement. Processed whale oil. More processed whale oil. I believe that's probably it for down here. Old Port District sewer key needed. Alright. Hey, who are you?
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him. I don't need to tell you, if the authorities investigated this place, we would be hard-pressed to explain ourselves. We brought a few trifles over from Pendleton Manor. A touch of home in these trying times. Your room in the loft should assure your privacy.
Mm-hmm. Anything
Lord
else?
Pendleton was once a close ally to the Lord Regent. But there was a great shuffling of the aristocratic families. My lord was attacked by vipers from all sides. I understand you were once welcome at court, before the murder. May I say I am relieved to have another man here who knows the courtly world.
Nothing else? Very well.
This building has stood here for over 3 centuries. As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home, I would defend it with my life. I may well have to.
Alright, what's in here? Hello, Treavor.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. There's something distinguished about you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised. Did you know I'm distant kin to the late Empress and her line? Not close enough, sadly. I'll never be emperor. Most of the nobility went straight over to the Lord Regent's side after the Empress died. Easiest thing to do. But to me, a noble birth requires a sense of loyalty. This city has fallen into ruin since the plague struck. These poor weepers moaning and bleeding from the eyes. They say there's no cure for the plague once it advances that far. Terrible.
Anything else to say? Ooh, you got money though. Inchmouth decor plates. Ooh, 100 coins. Apricot tartlet. I'm gonna listen to your journal.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Oh, Lord Pendleton, you suffered so bad. You're such a suffering fool. What's in here? Ooh, pub master room key. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2. Excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Whaler in His Final Years. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2, or A Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandyssia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who would knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Damn, that's fucking harsh, man.
Log entry 1-4. Seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. This is awful. Switch. Where the hell is it?
Alright, Gaffer's Tale Volume 1. This is the first part of the book. Excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Young Whaler. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known, we boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually own a fleet of smaller vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so, as the wind and pounding waves racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Oh, how little you knew, sir. Admiralty and the Fleet. Do I have this one? No. Excerpt from a book on naval history. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Okay, I think that was it. Oh, Havelock log entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldbridge? And if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. Oh, ye of little faith, Admiral. Come on. You could have thought better of us than that. Alright. What's in here? Pouch. Point of 5.
Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6
Hello,
months
ma'am.
ago during
Lydia.
her mother's...
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
What's that supposed to mean, Lydia?
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it? I used to be the hostess here. Oh, I could tell you stories about that, believe me. You can call on Cecilia for the more menial tasks. It's what she's suited for. I hope the bed's to your liking. Let me know if you have trouble sleeping.
Lydia, you are very forward. Litany on the White Cliff. Excerpt from a series of Overseer invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions, so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes and far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Can I steal your key? No. Okay. Harpooner Songs. Excerpt from a book of sea shanties sung by sailors. Sailors. What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? Early in the morning. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Early in the morning. Way hey and up sea rises, way hey and up sea rises, way hey and up sea rises early in the morning. Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver, slice his throat with a rusty cleaver, slice his throat with a rusty cleaver early in the morning. Stuff him in a sack and throw him over, stuff him in a sack and throw him over, stuff him in a sack and throw him over early in the morning. Way hey and up sea rises, way hey and up sea rises, way hey and up sea rises early in the morning. Alright, enough of that.
Attention all citizens.
Look, it's giving us lyrics to sing. What do you expect?
Unless you are otherwise authorized.
Very familiar melody, also. Gaffer Steel Volume 2, already read that. Nothing in the shitter. Nope. The Shadow on Bitterleaf. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone she addressed me. "So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended." The Young Prince of Tivia. Excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. "How dare you, sir? Clothes in my very home. I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian." Prince Calasar moving closer. "That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone." Lord Nathan Boyle, stammering, studying the younger man before him. "What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal." Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. "No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family." Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. "Oh my, Calasar, your skin is so warm. It burns. It burns." They write in gay theater plays in this universe. Gotta love it. Alright, what's upstairs? This is our room, so I probably shouldn't go to sleep yet. Oh, no, it's not. Hello. Hey.
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress, but something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out, if I understand it right. Admiral Havelock made it very clear that we aren't to carry lamps outside. Maybe you haven't seen much of it, but the city has changed a great deal after the Empress died. Since the Lord Regent took over, the city watch is best avoided. Most people try not to go outside at all. We can't leave the pub. I've nowhere to go anyway. My apartment was in the flooded district.
Damn. I'm sorry, Cecilia. It was a Cecilia or Celia? Oh, I guess I don't know. I guess I'll save.